Hi, everyone. Happy Friday.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness.
Woohoo.
This is like the Friday to see coming along. I'm so glad it's today.
I am so glad this Friday is this Friday because where I live, we're having an air show going on this weekend. And where I work, we are right next to the airport. So we have been watching them practice. It's been a blast. And I get to go and watch it from my work tomorrow. So I'm all excited about that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, they're flying by our building and it just rattles everything on the inside and your heart just, it's just such a great feel. It's been so much fun.
Cool. Wow, that's a lot of, that sounds more fun what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to work this weekend.
Oh.
Anyway, so hi everybody. Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
Truth and Light this Friday, September 19th. So glad you could be here. We're excited. We have a great things to talk about this evening. Just so you know, we'll go ahead and mention it now that if you can send in your questions, your pictures, and you can call us and leave a voicemail. And to do that, our email is 2222 truth and light, all spelled out, at gmail.com. And you can leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, and I've got all that in the comments, wherever the comments are. So they're in the comments, so go check that out. Or in the chats, I guess, is what that is.
I am going to just put it there again, just in case, making sure everybody can see. Here's our call-in. And then my stuff is moving a little slower than I like tonight, but that's okay. And then there's our email. So yeah, use it. Call us, text, send us an email, send us your pictures and your questions. We'd love to take it on. Absolutely.
Yeah, we love challenges. So pictures of anything, picture of a building, a piece of jewelry of a loved one that passed, or anything of a loved one. So go ahead and send that over. See, give us this challenge. Give us a challenge. We want a challenge. So bring it on.
Nice. Absolutely. Bring it on. Bring it on. Oh my goodness. So, Dana, what are we going to talk about?
Hey, you know what? I've been thinking about signs lately. Signs from spirit. Recently, my husband had seen a praying mantis in our backyard. And it was there for about 2 weeks. And then about a week into that, he saw a praying mantis in our front yard, a brown one. And then just before we started this, he's like, oh, Dana, you got to check this out. I see another praying mantis, a green one in the backyard by our shed. So it's like, you know what? First one, it just happens. Second one, could be something with it, But when you see it 3 times, that's the magic number. 3 is your message. That is a message, not a coincidence. So I was telling him that. It's like, there you go, buddy. You have a message that has been sent to you. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm sitting here. I remember asking somebody the other day, I've been seeing yellow butterflies
Ooh.
I mean, and it's very specific. It's the yellow butterflies, and I've seen them multiple times. Like, almost hit my windshield one day, flying into my
Ooh.
car. I was at my daughter's, and I was walking up the sidewalk, and this little yellow butterfly came out from the bushes and was right there in front of me, and then kind of escorted me up the sidewalk. I mean, yeah. I mean, yellow butterfly. Now, I took the yellow butterfly, the one at my daughter's house. I took that specifically to my grandmother. And the reason why is because the whole family was over at her house, and it was a little celebration for my granddaughter. So my mom was there, and there was other family members there. And for some reason, I just felt that it was my grandmother, which would have been my mom's mom, right? And yeah,
You just reminded me was that the beginning of the week? I have a cup that I made for my family. So there's 6 of us in the family. There are 4 kids and my parents. And we get together all the time, just the 6 of us. No in-laws, no grandkids, nobody, just us. And we got together this one time, and I took a picture of us, and I made that picture on a mug. So we all got a mug with this picture on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was drinking out of it earlier this week, and I got to this point, which is really weird. I haven't had this since my mom passed, but I started to really focus in on her, and I felt just tearing up and that sort of stuff. And so I'm like, okay, Mom, give me a sign that you're around. Just give me a sign. You know our sign. Give me the sign. And it's not odd, but it was so awesome. Later on that same day, I have a friend that sent me a picture of a cupcake. And instantly, she just posted it. She didn't say anything about it, really. She just posted it. And as soon as I saw that, I knew it was Mom.
Oh, wow.
And when I texted her on the side, and I was like, thank you so much for this, because that was my mom coming through. And she goes, I've been waiting for you to contact me. She knew it was for me, but she just posted it just normal, but she knew it was for me. So she's like, I was waiting for you to respond. But that was my mom coming through.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love that. That's so precious.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And a year after she passed, I kind of did the same thing the day before her birthday, because she passed like, what was it, 2 weeks? Her birthday was on the 6th, and Valentine's Day is on the 14th. She passed on the 15th. So when her birthday came up the following year, the day before, I go, Mom, let me know when you're around, because I don't want to forget your birthday tomorrow if I get busy. So let me know when you're around. Give me a sign of like a birthday cake or something like that, so I know it's for your birthday, Again, these 2 times were the only times I looked on Facebook, and first thing I saw that day was this great big old birthday cake. I've never seen one prior. I've never seen one in between. But these come popping up. So it was the greatest feeling, because I just knew it was from Mom instantly. When I saw that, it was like, oh, Mom's here.
I love that. I love that. That is very cool. And I like that it's different. It's different than what what we see most of the time.
Yeah.
I like that. It's really interesting. Like, all my grandparents have passed. And every time I see change, particularly dimes, I think of my maternal grandfather. And it's interesting because my paternal grandparents are the ones that collected coins. I mean, like,
Oh, there
my
you go.
grandmother
That makes
would
sense.
have, like, large I mean, she would have vases that were, like, waist high to me, filled, like, one would be filled with quarters, another one would be filled with dimes, another one would be filled with nickels, and the other one was pennies, and she'd had them filled all the way up. She'd have them all over the house. But she's not the one I think of when I see dimes. I always think of my grandfather on my mother's side, not my father's side. So it's very interesting. And I'm just like, well, that's odd because in real life, it was the other way around, right? It was the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, matter of fact, I picked up a penny today and thought about them. And I do, and I picked them up, and I think when I started seeing them was during times where there was uncertainty going on, and I would see a whole bunch of them. And so I just started taking that as my sign that everything's going to be okay, and that my loved ones are right there with me along the way. Right? It's just, yeah. So it's beautiful. There's a lot of different signs, right? People see, whether it be through objects or animals
Or numbers. Numbers have been big for me lately too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of 23s, 32s, and those have been kind of backing off, but I'm seeing more 22s now. A lot of the 2s are in there, so it's been really cool. Really cool. Yeah, because that's working with partnerships, whether at work, home, relationships, in whatever way, So that's been very cool.
Nice. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I think it's pretty interesting how spirit or our loved ones can send us messages, and sometimes we know instantly what it is, like the cake, and with your mom, like, instantly that's her. And then like mine was like the change, like I knew instantly it was, my grandfather from my mom's side, but sometimes we're not sure. Sometimes we're not sure where it comes from or what it is. And so kind of like, where do you sit in regards to that, like figuring that out, or do you really try to figure it out, or do you just accept what is?
A little of all.
Like, Mike, she's like round. So I keep muting my mic because she's loud. Can you hear her?
No.
Okay. All right.
No. I don't know. When I was smelling the cigarettes a lot, I was trying to figure out who it was, and I can only think that I was only thinking it was my uncle, my mom's brother. But then after they finally stopped with the cigarette smell and they gave me waffles with syrup, maple syrup, I chewed them out for it. I was like, stop
gain
this,
weight because you have waffles and syrup.
Well, I can't stand smoking. I'm not a smoker, never have, never will. I can't stand the smell of it. But I was getting the smell so much that I had this one breath, and when I took that breath, it burnt my throat like I just took a puff.
Oh, wow.
And I was starting to get headaches like I was a smoker, and or not even that. I was getting headaches like I'm around all the smoke, and it just getting a headache. And it's like, you know what? I am done. Go away. If you want my attention, give me something else.
I did the exact same thing. Oh my gosh. I did the exact same thing. And I swear it was my aunt. I mean, my aunt was a heavy smoker and she passed away. And as soon as I smelt it, I thought of her. And I'm like, look, I don't care if you come around, but you can't come around smelling like that. Like,
yep, I did the same thing. I chewed them out several times.
Yeah. I'll be like, nope, thank you, but no. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Same thing. Yes. And then
now I'm thinking it was my mom.
Oh, okay.
Because she was diabetic, and she still loved her sweets. She loved chocolate, and she loved all the sweets. So I'm wondering if it was her actually instead of my uncle, because they both smoked. So I'm like, maybe it was her all that time.
I don't know. I mean, he could love sweets too.
He might like sweets too, but I think he was more of a deli meat sandwich eater.
But you can, yeah.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah. I will say, like, I'll get my stepfather was when I was growing up, he was he drank beer a lot. Now later in life, he had quit and gotten help, but growing up, he drank beer, and there was times where I would smell beer in the car, and I don't drink it, and and it would happen like I'd be driving down the road and be like, why does it smell like beer in here? And then, so the funny thing is that when I was very new into all of this, I would go see a medium, to get readings from, and she's like, well, your dad, he sits in the car with you, you're driving down the road, he sits in the passenger seat, and I just see him laughing. I was like, oh, that's when I put the beer together. Right?
Yeah.
As soon as she said that, I was like, that's who that is. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it could have been my mom, but man, as soon as the cigarettes went away and I started smelling that waffles and maple syrup, it was just so sweet. It was like, well, it's sweet, but I'd rather have that than cigarettes.
Rather have that than the other, even though I might have to go eat me some waffles and maple syrup because it smells so good. Those are those smells that just make you want more, right? Like, makes you want to.
The funny thing is, I was always yelling at my mom to stop. I mean, us 4 kids, we were always doing something with her cigarettes growing up. We were always putting them in water, putting all of them in water, or we would keep blowing out our matches or lighter, or we'd keep putting them out. I remember one time we put poppers at the end of it, so when she light it, it would pop. Then we tried everything to get her to stop smoking because none of us liked it. And she never did, but oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. That's
so much. She's always yelling at us, stop it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So we have numbers. We definitely have smells. We have animals that are show themselves. And so it's interesting. The praying mantis is very interesting. Go into that a little bit. Like, some of the different animals have symbols, or like what they actually mean. So, like, just for instance, like the praying mantis is about finding peace and mindfulness and being still. And like
dogs are loyalty.
Loyalty, right.
Loyalty. Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Turtles are it's more of a stability and protection with turtles. So it's really interesting, right? What they can all mean and how they show up. I never looked it up, and maybe I should, but my best friend who passed away, like probably about 6 or 7 months after she passed away, I kept seeing frogs. And I would see, and we had one where I actually built a little frog house outside and made it a little pond out of a little Tupperware dish and buried it in the gravel and filled it up with water so he could stay there, because I don't know, for some reason I felt this frog had something to do with her. So I made a little house and I made it a little pond so it could like get in the water, and oh yeah, it's still there, but I haven't seen the frog in several years, and I can't bring myself to move it because for some reason I feel that it symbolized her. That's crazy, but I haven't seen it since.
She was thanking you for the water, and she's like, okay, she knows I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the message got to her, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like whatever's coming around, you see a lot of it, and whatever's coming around, like I would say you could meditate on it, right? And meditate with the intent to discover the meaning. That's a great way. You could always like Google and look up what it means for to see certain animals. But more than anything, what I would say is be with what resonates and what comes up.
Yeah.
Right. Usually your first instinct or your first intuition about it is what it is.
Yep. I was just going to say that. Yeah. It's first thing that you think of, first thing that pops in your mind, first thing you feel, or that's what is going to be what it is. It's what it is. So yeah.
And be with that and just kind of own it for what it is, right? I will say this. I think as you open up to this realm, right? Is that a good way to put it? As you open up to this realm and you become more mindful of what's happening around you, and you become more observant of what you see and what you experience, then the more of it will happen. Right? So if you acknowledge something's happening, the more things are going to happen because you're being aware, you're being mindful of it, and you're acknowledging. And what that does, I believe what it does is it lets the other side of the veil know that we're paying attention and we're ready for the information. We're ready to be shown. We're ready to share. I think it comes in waves.
I think too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I feel that it does that. I get into what it feels like a lull. So you're just kind of like there, nothing's happening. You almost feel discouraged. Like you just can't get anything to come through. Nothing sounds right. You feel like it's all ego. And then something happens. And it's like, I knew it was real. I know this stuff is real.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And that's been a theme lately with a lot of my clients is that, they're they're in this space of trying to figure out what's going on and nothing's happening. And what needs to happen is they need to be still and allow, it's like the message came through last Saturday in a reading is spiritual growth happens in stillness. I'm about to sneeze. I can feel a sneeze coming on. I'm like trying to stop it. And then, it was a very aha moment when that came through. Because it is in those times, like we have to give our bodies a chance to recalibrate, I said it wrong, recalibrate with the energy, to be able to blend with the energy versus the energy always being like thrown at us. And I think it's when we stop trying and we sit in that stillness, that's when it all grows. That's when our gifts start expanding and new gifts start arising, and they're not quite ready to show themselves yet, but when they are, it's not so overwhelming. You're at a point where you can ease into it because you've allowed yourself that downtime so you can reconnect and be with it.
It's like giving your body that rest, your body the sleep that it needs for it to rejuvenate and to be able to bring in more information, to be able to grow a bit more, to get that next lesson or to get that next message. And I do hear that too, is there's a lot of sleeping in, like, you go out and you play, like a kid will go outside, they'll play, they'll run, they'll learn all this stuff, and they'll have all this energy and everything. Then they just crash.
Yeah.
And it's like during that crash time is when you're relaxing, you're soaking in all that information that you gathered when you were running around, getting all the sensories and all of that going. So that downtime is like that then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that, I call it recalibration, right? It allows it to sink in, and it allows it to blend with you, right? With you, your physical self, your own energy, and it also heals during that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you, if you're on a spiritual journey and if you don't take it easy and you're moving too much and you're not listening to those cues and being mindful of those cues to slow down and pause, life will come along and force you to slow down and pause.
Yeah. And that could come in many different forms in itself.
Many different forms. Illness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
An accident. It could be just a simple accident that's going to get you off of your feet for a few days or a few weeks, so you're forced to have that downtime. It's weird because I'm sitting here thinking like losing power. I mean, I know that's a storm, but as I'm saying that, but I remember one time that literally, we lost power for over a week one time, right? I mean, I couldn't go. I mean, because I didn't have power, I didn't have the capability, everything too. We just had to like hunker down and just kind of stay and be in that moment. And so I guess the smart thing is that realizing that it's perfectly okay to be still and be in the moment and not feel constantly rushed or that you have to be doing something.
Exactly. And like you're saying, it's that downtime. I mean, you're forced to have that downtime so your body can heal, adjust, or just calm down.
Oh my goodness. How often I mean, let's just think practical terms. Let's not even think spirituality or gifts or anything. Just think practical terms. How often, if you can find yourself that you're upset about something, and if you can just stop and just take a few deep breaths and pay attention to your breath and just calm down, that anxiety or that anger or that upsetness dissipates.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it comes in more ways than just in your spiritual growth, right? I mean,
Yeah.
in your own mental health and emotional health as well. If you find
Yeah.
yourself spiraling out of control over something, right?
Yeah.
Letting that
It's gonna be okay. Just take a deep breath. It'll
Yes.
be
It'll
okay.
be okay. It'll be okay. And it's like, oh my goodness. I don't know about you. It seems like I'm trying to be careful with my words. Don't be so careful. Okay, so I was like, I'm trying to be careful. Then I get this message: don't be so careful with your words. Just put it out there. So, I'm working on growing, my personal business, but I also have like my personal life, that's separate from that. And it feels like for the last April, May, June, July, August, September, like the last 5 months, it's just been very unsteady. Like even though it's been steady and I've had work and I'm built clients and I'm doing my thing and I feel very secure in everything that I'm doing. So in other words, like I know spirit has my back. I know that I'm being guided in the right direction and the right connections and things like that. But it's still in the midst of change. Is that a good way to put it? Like it's still all in the mix of change. And I'm feeling another change coming in. Right? But it's just like, okay, I'm going to do just like I've done just recently is just be in the flow with it and just be with it and let it carry me wherever it's supposed to carry me. And leaning into that without control and without having to control
It's very hard.
it is. But it's not. It's like
Exactly.
when you get into that, it's not hard at all. As long as you can keep your ego out of it, right? Or your insecurities out of it, which I think that's still kind of your ego, right? So long as you can keep your human self out of it and just relax and be and know that everything's happening for a purpose and to enjoy that purpose.
Yeah.
A lot easier said than done. And the thing is that Dana is like, I got a sense that this change, because I feel like it's a constant change, that this change is going to continue at least for another year. And just finding a grounding place within that. So how do you find a grounding place when you're in the middle of I'm not going to say a storm because I don't feel like it's a storm. It's more like how do you find a grounding place when you're in the middle of the waves and just trying to relax while everything's bobbing up and down.
I have found that I take 10 minutes at the end of my work day. I have a 10-minute break. So I've been going outside and I just sit in the grass. And that has been very helpful. I feel so much calmer when I go back into work. It's just the grounding, just sitting in the grass for a few minutes. Go outside, just enjoy the outside. If not, I have stones. I have my stones that I will just hold. I'll just hold the stones that are calling me for that moment. I'll just hold them in my hands.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So if I feel like I need to receive something, I'll put it in my left hand because that's your receiving hand. And if I feel like I need to do better at something of giving, I put it in my right hand. So I have my income and I have my outgo, and I'll just hold them in my hand.
Right.
So I just do that for a little bit.
At that moment. Yeah. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Mine's just like constant reminder. Like, mine's a constant reminder. And then just trusting. And I also, take the time to record my messages. So, and I do them, I don't like do a voice recording when I do a dictation, right? So just writing it out, and so I can go back and read them, because I'll get a message and I'm like, what? That just sounds so weird. But if I go back and read one that maybe I did a few days earlier or even like a week earlier, it's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense, because they actually kind of connect. Then I couldn't understand that connection in the moment. Right.
Right.
And so,
right. Sometimes it does take some time.
Yeah. Everything's not black and white. To me, there's a lot of colors mixed in.
I think there's a lot of colors, because if we had just black and white, it'd be like a boring world. We wouldn't have that color that brings it in. And see, I've never really had a favorite color. So I've always felt that all colors need to be there in order to make a color beautiful. So, I mean, if you only had white everywhere, how boring, right? Yeah. If you only have, let's say, pink everywhere, that'd get boring. So if you had...
I love pink.
You love pink, and that's cool, but you have other colors around that pink, right?
I'm a pink. I'm a pink. Everything in front of me is pink. Oh my God.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know that, really, people. I didn't know that. You have color in your shirt. You have color in your background. You have color. But if everything was pink, it wouldn't be as enjoyable as if you had pinks and greens and purples and blues and, all of these different colors, your oranges, your reds, your browns, your blacks, your whites, your all of it, browns, all these colors. If you have all of them in there, you have a beautiful picture. Yeah. Right? You can't have a beautiful picture with just a single color. So I've never had a favorite color. So it's always been weird, because everyone's like, well, you have to have a favorite color. I don't. Well, I don't.
And believe it or not, pink was not my favorite color.
How funny.
Even though that's all I see in front of me, but green is actually my favorite color. And I don't see anything green sitting in front of me. Oh, wait. I bought my grandson this little tractor, and I haven't given it to him yet. And it has green on it.
Oh, there you go.
I bought him this little John Deere tractor that I haven't given him yet, and it has green on it. That's the only thing. Oh, I have a little stone. I have a little crystal here that has green on. Oh, that's funny. I feel like I've been called out.
No,
It's fine.
you were not called out. Trust me, you weren't called out. It was just a color that came to mind.
It's really funny. It's really funny. The green is like my favorite color, but yeah, I don't have any. Tons of pink. Ah,
Maybe that was something. See, that could be a message, right? Right?
yeah.
In some way, that could be a message somehow or another came through me to you because I was like, what color? You know, I don't know what color. So I don't know.
I mean, it's funny because like my case on my computer is pink, my case on my iPad is pink, the case on my phone is. Now I got an actual pink phone with a clear case. Like,
I have. Oh, that is so funny because here I have a pink little phone holder thing.
yeah.
And I have a little pink thing here. Oh no, pink thing.
Oh, okay.
That I have all my pens in.
That's so funny.
Otherwise, there's I guess there's pink on my tissue box. Oh no, I'm pretty colorful, except my background's kind of white, but I'm pretty colorful.
Yeah. And we gotta, absolutely. I was like, it's just interesting. I'll also say, I think that signs come in with colors too. Now that we're on the color thing, if you're starting to see a color a lot, just kind of like pay attention. And where does that resonate with you? If it's a color that resonates with a chakra that we have, then I would look at where does that sit? You know, so if you, I mean, green comes to mind because we've been sitting here talking about it, but like green is the heart chakra. And so it's like, so what does that mean? I would look at your emotions when it comes to that, or even your heart health, or even your lung health as well, in that area. And also maybe like, are you opened up? Is your heart chakra opened up so that you can receive and give? A lot of us, well, we're going on a whole different subject, and we can definitely talk about this on another time and not like eat it up at this time, but a lot of us, our heart chakra is blocked, and it has to be open both ways. It has to be open to give and to receive. And many of us are very open in regards to giving, in regards to our heart chakra, giving our love, giving our attention, but we're very closed off in receiving. A lot of givers are very open to give, but they're very closed off in receiving. And so this is what I say. If someone gives you a compliment and you brush it off and you don't accept that compliment, then look at what you need to do to open up your heart and to receive. Because being a giver, you also need to be a receiver, to help keep that balance. And so for women, this is what I'm going to say. Like, somebody tells you oh, I love that blouse you have on. Just be like, oh, well, it's been in the closet for years and whatever. Or, oh, I got it at like Goodwill.
Yeah.
You're blowing it off. Right? Don't blow it off. Own it. Say, oh, thank you. I like it too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, own it. It doesn't matter where it came from. It doesn't matter how long it's been sitting in your closet. Own it and accept it. Right? Own it and accept it. And the first few times, I mean, it's going to feel uncomfortable, but you're going to start catching yourself. Right? You're going to start catching yourself downplaying it or not owning it or brushing it off. And then you're going to start self-correcting. And that allows you to be more open. And you're breaking down that wall because you need to.
Yeah, you do. I agree. I agree, because if you stay that way, I mean, that's not being truthful to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be truthful to yourself. And, you know, to be honest, here recently in the past year or so, I finally started doing that. It hasn't
Nice.
been that long that it's really nice. You know, people will say, "Oh, that's a pretty dress you have on." And it's like, "Oh, thanks." You know, it's weird saying that, but yeah, it feels really good. And it's just like, just take it. It's like, great. Thank you.
Own
And
it.
you start to
Yeah.
stand a lot taller and you just feel more good about yourself. When you just accept it. When you don't accept it, you still keep you're not standing tall, you're not as loving to yourself, and you have to love yourself no matter what. No matter
Absolutely.
what.
Yeah. And own it, man. Own it,
Own
because
it.
I mean,
Own it.
it wouldn't, own it. That's the simplest thing I can. And when you catch yourself downplaying it, catching yourself brushing it off or excusing it, stop it right then and there, right? And then
Yeah.
just say, you know what? Thank you. Like, shut it down and be like, thank you. You're right. Thank you. Right?
Yeah. And if you don't catch it till later, still praise yourself.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yes.
wait, that person gave me a compliment. I didn't say thank you. And you can just sit there and say, you know, look at yourself in the mirror, or, you know, just bring that back. You know, it's like, yeah, I do look good. That is a
Yeah.
pretty dress. That is a really nice shirt. You know, you could tell them thank you at that point. Thank you for saying that. You know, it's like,
And guess what? I'm going to take this back to our original discussion of that messages come through from our loved ones and our guides through signs. And that individual could be very much telling you that as a message being delivered from the other side, right?
yes,
So
absolutely, take it.
if your sweet Aunt Margaret had passed away and you just loved her and she told you that you looked fabulous, would you brush it off? No, you'd probably gloat and be like, she
Auntie
approved.
loves me. I look so good. Auntie said so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
So think
take
of it like that. Absolutely.
it. Feels really good. So, and it brings up your self-esteem.
Yeah.
It brings up the ability to love others, to give the love to others, because you feel that you feel the love from that person saying that. And you start to look at other people and you're like, oh, I want them to feel the same way. You know, when I see somebody with something pretty on or whatever, just say it. Say, hey, a stranger on the street, hey, I like your shirt, or I like your pants, or, you know, you look really good. You know, like if you see that they really dressed up, just say it.
I wish I could do more of that. I wish I could, because there's plenty of times I see someone and I just love their look, how they're carrying it, what they're doing. And I don't tell individuals enough. I mean, people tell me, and so I need to learn to give it out more.
Yeah, just go up and say, hey, you are very pretty. You're very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm going to do
that. All right. I do this thing. Okay, so several years ago, I did some booth work to help start up a school here in my area. Mm-hmm. And so I did some booth work, volunteer work. And, you get kind of bored standing there doing that kind of stuff. So you're outside of a store and you're like trying to get people to sign this, paperwork, blah, blah, blah. And so I got bored. So I saw somebody a couple walking up, and they were holding hands. So out of the blue, this is not me. I'll tell you this. This was not me. But out of the blue, this couple comes walking up holding hands, and I stop them. I go, you know what? They're looking at me like, oh crap, you know, she's gonna pull me into this table. And I'm like, I've heard that holding hands, the more you hold hands, the longer you live. I've never heard that before, but I say it to them. And I say it to everybody I see holding hands. My husband's like, here she goes again. And some of them, I had one person that it was really kind of funny. I stopped them on their way into the store and I says, I have something very important to tell you. And this lady was all smiling and everything. And I'm like, I started up on that. And she says, I don't need any of that. And she just walked off and everything else. I'm like, see, that there brought me down. I didn't do that for a long time, but I'm starting to do it again. And I was like, you know what? I cannot have that one person bring me down from making other people smile, laugh, and just feel good. And you just see them look at each other and they just get smiles and they just like raise themselves up and they squeeze tighter on their hands. And you see them walking off just as proud as could be.
Yeah.
I mean, just a simple little gesture.
Yeah. Amazing. No, that's great. Yeah, keep it up. Don't let one person, don't let the Debbie Downer be your downer, right?
Yeah. So just, and that there, I mean, it could be a sign for them. You know?
Yeah.
It's the speaking through me to them. You know, I don't know what's going on in their life, you know?
Right.
But it just feels good to say that, you know? I don't know if that's true or not, but, you know, it makes them feel good.
It doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No.
It does not matter. So signs are everywhere. Oh my goodness, they're everywhere. Just got to open up and listen and watch for them. They're there. Yeah. And like, you know, there's no coincidences. Everything, to me, I believe everything happens for a reason. So everything is there in your life for a message. Really.
There's no coincidence and there's no mistakes.
No.
That was one
Only
that
messages.
Really is like, there's no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. There's no mistakes. You may feel that it's a mistake, but there's no mistakes. It's all purposeful. So if you're sitting there with somebody and you start throwing up your whole life story in front of somebody, there's a reason for that. And it's either for you to release it or for them to hear it, right? Like, there's a reason for that. So I did that recently. I'm like, why am I telling this person all of this stuff? But there's no mistakes. Everything's very purposeful.
And it's really, really cool. I have been, for the last it's been about 2 months or so, I guess now, I have been writing notes on my window. I have a window near my desk at work. And I've been writing little messages. It started off, there was guys outside cleaning the windows. So I put a little note up facing outward saying, thank you, have a great day.
Okay.
And then I ended up flipping it around so that the employees can read it. And ever since then, I've been writing different messages up there, different messages. And earlier this week, I had one person that came up to me and she says, are you the one writing these? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, well, you're making me think. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Good. Because I don't put up little statements, I put up questions. They're more questions. So it's making people think about who they are.
Nice. Yeah.
So that right there was really interesting because of the situation, but it was really, it kind of blew me out of the water when she came up and said that.
How about that?
Yeah. But she says, they're making me think. It's like, good.
But yeah, probably needs. I used to keep a jar on my desk, and I would have pieces of paper sitting next to it, and I had a sign in front of it that says, "Leave a quote, take a quote."
Oh.
Okay, remember, like in the convenience stores, it'd be like, "Leave a penny, take a penny." Same thing, like a penny for your thought, but I did it quotes, and people would come by and they would write something down and they'd put it in there, and they'd dig through and they'd find them one and be like, oh. And some of it would be like, just funny little questions, or, but I mean, it was all inspiring and people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think they have been. I mean, just hearing it from that one person. I had another one I put up there, give yourself a hug.
Oh, yeah.
Give yourself a hug. And I had one person come up and she's got this pin on her shirt and says, no hugs. She goes, Dana, she goes, all these other ones you've got up there have been really good. I don't give hugs. I go, you don't have to. She goes, look at my pin. No hugs. I go, that's fine. You don't have to have a hug. I go, just give yourself a hug. No touching. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not saying you have to. It's not an argument. It's just something.
No, that's great. No. Oh my goodness. She'll turn into a hugger one day, and she can thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Because that's probably the sign. The ones that are coming up to me are getting the signs from all of these. That just came to me. So when she says no hugs, that is something that has been bothering her. This is what's coming. I'm feeling this now. I'm getting this. That's like a shadow. Because she brought it up. It triggered her.
Yeah, it did. Absolutely. 100%. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Doing great work, my friend. Great work. Own it. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's almost been an hour. I say thank you, everyone. Wow, this has been, I loved our talk. Thank you. Remember the signs. Be mindful of the signs so you see more and more of them. The more conscious you are, the more mindful of them are, and the more you recognize them, of course, the more they'll show up. So embrace them and love them. Share with us some of the signs that you get.
Yes. Give us a message. Email us. Let us know anything about your journey. Anything that you have questions about. Anything that you want to just tell us. Anything like that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Tell us some of your favorite signs, and also you can you can also ask for signs from spirit, as Dana mentioned early on. Is like, well, this is my mom. Our signs. Show me our signs. So you can always ask for signs as well. So don't be shy. Ask for your signs. Right? Share them. Let us know what they are. We would love to hear from you. And,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And so, Dana, you have something exciting happening next weekend. Yeah.
I do. I will be in Cheyenne, Wyoming at my show is the High Spirit Holistic Show. They're in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So yeah, if you're in that area, stop by, come see me. I think it's like $5, I believe, to get in, or 5 dry foods or canned foods to get in for a donation. So come see me.
Yeah, great. And then I will be at Inner Space here in Atlanta Saturday and Sunday of this weekend for the psychic fair. So stop on in. Saturday, I'm only doing past life regression and Reiki healings. And then Sunday, I'm on the schedule to give the readings for 20 minutes. So stop in. To learn more about Dana, you can visit her website that she has listed by her name. And to learn more about me, you can visit my website as well. And we hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you for joining.
Please get involved. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. So if this resonated with you in any way, we ask you to please like and subscribe and share with your friends so they can enjoy this as well. And we hope to see you next time.
All right. We'll see you. We'll see you. What did we have? We're going to be on October 10th is when we're going to meet up again. So October 10th. We'll see you then.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.